so much for being here with me on this video. In today's video, I'm going to give you 10 top tips to help you get started on your weight loss journey. Okay guys, so let's get straight into this. So just to tell you a little bit about me, my name's Angela and I have been a yo-yo dieter all my life. I have been in and out of all the weight loss programs here in the UK for as long as I can remember. But in 2018, I decided to change my life, to choose a program, to stick with it, to commit with it, and to date I've lost 40 pounds. So guys, let me share some top tips with you. Tip number 1, choose a program that you can stick with for the rest of your life. There's nothing worse than choosing a diet or the program and you feel that it's not right for you. You might have invested time, money, energy, buying equipment, buying tools, buying all sorts of things, and it doesn't work for you. So do some research and choose a program that you feel you can stick to. Forget the fad diets. I've been on those fad diets and I've lost a stone in 3 weeks and put it all back on in 2. So be careful of fad diets and quick wins. Look for something that is long-term, healthy, doable, with realistic results. And that leads me nicely onto tip number 2. Tip number 2, choose a program or a plan that doesn't encourage cutting out food groups. It's really important that we feed our bodies with nutrients and minerals and healthy food that can sustain us and help us on our weight loss journey. So choose a program that supports all the food groups, including fats, proteins, carbs, dairy, and fruits and vegetables. Once you've decided on which plan or program you're going to follow for the rest of your life that's easy, doable, and that supports all the food groups, then follow tip number 3. Tip number 3 is start today. Start right now. Don't say, I'll start on Monday, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, because you know what guys, that will never come. Start right now. You've done the research, you've decided what you're going to do, commit to starting today. Check out all of those foods out of your cupboard, your fridge or your freezer that isn't going to support your lifelong health, wellness, weight loss journey. Which leads me nicely into tip number 4. When you know what program you're going to do and it supports all the food groups, then go and do a grocery shop. Stock up on all of those good things. There's nothing worse than saying, right, I'm going to start my eating program to get healthy, to lose weight, and you look in the cupboard and there's nothing there. Because that can lead to a great excuse to say, I'll start tomorrow or I'll do it next week. So do a grocery shop so you can plan your meals with good, wholesome, healthy foods. Now tip number 5 is probably one of the most important tips that I can share with you. And that is to know your why. To know why you are starting on your healthy eating weight loss program. Really think this through and really commit to why you're starting on your journey. Previously, when I had done lots of different weight loss programs, my why really wasn't very well thought through, and it was because I want to feel better and I want to do it for me, and that's great. It's a great starting point. But you know what, life gets busy. We have families, we have children, we have the job, we have parents and families to look after, and often as women we come last. So doing it for me and putting me first really wasn't a strong enough why to keep me committed to my program. However, in 2018, when I restarted my program, I really took time to think about why I'm starting. And my why was about my health, to improve my health so that I could be healthy, strong, and live for many, many, many years, right up until my 90s, into my hundreds, so that I could see my son grow up and see his children and even his grandchildren. And that was my why, really strong. So now that really drives me and helps with my commitment. So guys, what's your why? Take some time and really think about why you're on that program, so that at times when you feel like giving up, and we all do, then you can say, I'm not giving up because of XYZ, and it relates to your strong why. Now that brings me nicely into tip 6. So tip number 6 is about setting realistic goals. So how much weight do you want to lose? It could be a stone, it could be 10 stones. However much weight you want to lose, set a goal and break that goal down into measurable and achievable small chunks. So if you want to lose 3 stones in a year, then break that down and think about how much weight you want to lose each week and each month, and really set to work and go after those goals. And that leads me nicely into tip number 7. When you achieve your goal, whatever goal that may be, either on a weekly or monthly basis, every couple of months, or it could be when you hit a particular milestone, then give yourself a reward. But make sure it's not a food related reward, which can trip you up on your weight loss journey. So think about any non-food related rewards that you can give yourself. So when I achieve a goal, whether it be around achieving a certain amount of weight loss, or it could be around activity, getting more active, it could be something like I've committed to read a book, anything like that, then reward yourself with something really good. And I like to reward myself either by having my nails done, buying a new lipstick, having a pedicure, but often it'll be something really simple like having a luxury bubble bath. And I'll get out my Molten Brown and my Himalayan bath salts and my essential oils, and I will just soak away in the bath for a long period of time with the candles on, listening to some relaxing music, and that'll be my reward to treat myself for having achieved my goal. So think about a goal that you can set, that you can achieve, and then work towards that with knowing that there's going to be a reward at the end for you. Tip number 8. Have lots of go-to foods that is quick and easy for you to prepare and to eat when you are hungry. So if you come home and you're hungry and it's going to take you an hour to prepare and cook the meal, it can often lead to snacking. So think about what you can have ready and prepared, or something that is really quick to prepare that you can eat, but which is also healthy. So I often batch cook lots of soups. So I often have lots of soups prepared which are healthy and nutritious, and they just warm up very quickly in the microwave and I've got a meal ready. I often use lots of eggs as well, so boiled eggs that I keep in the fridge that I can just eat on the go, or eggs that I can turn into omelettes. I'll also have things like chicken, tuna and prawns that I could turn quickly into meals. Other handy things for snacking is fruits. So I often like to keep a nice well-stocked fruit bowl with a variety of fruits, so that if I want a snack I can either make up a quick smoothie or just have an apple or an orange, something like that that's really quick. Tip number 9 is keep yourself hydrated. Always have lots of water available. Water is a really important part of your weight loss and wellness journey. So sometimes we think that we're hungry, but actually it could just be that we're thirsty. I know that is very true of me. So when I get those feelings of hunger, I will often just have a glass of water, and after a few minutes those feelings tend to subside. But if those feelings don't subside, it could well be that I'm hungry, and if I have healthy options available, I can then prepare or have a healthy snack or meal. Tip number 10, the cheat meal. Now we all have cheat meals or even cheat days on our wellness and weight loss journey. So if you do decide to have that cheat meal, maybe the fish and chips or the steak and kidney pie, whatever it is, then enjoy it and then draw that line. It's so easy to think, you know, I've had that meal, those fish and chips for lunch, and now I've ruined my day, so I might as well just go to Towns and have the pizza and the chips and all the fried chicken that I can eat for dinner. But that often is a dangerous and tricky road to go down, because if you're anything like me, then that bad meal can then lead into a bad dinner if I'm not careful, and then that bad dinner can lead into snacks in the evenings, and then the next day you wake up, you feel really bad about yourself, and it's like, well, I might as well just continue because I've written the day off. So if you do have that cheat meal, then draw the line and make sure that you have something healthy as your evening meal. If it does run into the cheat day, then that's fine. Again, enjoy it and then draw that line, making sure you get straight back on the very next day. Because again, the problem could be, if you're anything like me, is then that cheat day turns into a cheat week and then a cheat month. And before you know it, that's it. You feel that it's ruined. So when you do have those cheat meals or that cheat day, really focus and draw that line. It might help also to have a buddy who is following a similar program as yourself, or someone that thinks, or someone who is committed to their own health and weight loss and well-being. So having a buddy like that can really help you, because it's someone to talk to, someone to share your feelings with, explore ideas, and also to get suggestions for any difficulties that you run into. So if you have a buddy, fantastic. If you don't have a buddy, That's absolutely fine. You don't have to have a buddy. I didn't have a buddy for a very long time when I started my journey. But if you do want a buddy, there's lots of groups on Facebook. There's my Facebook page, which is Time Out with Angela. You're welcome to join my community there, or also my community on Instagram. So don't feel that you are alone on this journey. There will always be somebody there to help you and support you. So guys, I hope you found those tips of value. But before I go, I want to share one last tip with you. Now, this tip, in my opinion, is the most important, and it's the single most important tip that changed my mindset around and has helped me to lose 40 pounds to date. And it's simply this: whatever plan or program you decide to do, commit to your program. I joined various weight loss programs over the years, numerous. I tried lots of different programs at home, online. I've done all those liquid diets. I've done every diet going, lots, and the cabbage diet, the egg diet, the soup diet. I've tried them all. But what I failed to do was to commit to them. So even when I found sensible programs that I mentioned in tip 1 and 2, which is about finding a program that you could commit to life, and one that supports all the food groups, even when I found those, I didn't commit. I'd have a bad day or a bad week. I didn't get the result that I wanted, and I was like, this isn't working. I'm gonna forget that. I'm gonna change to something else. But it took me a while to really understand my body and how my body works, the impact that different types of food has on my body, and also the importance of activity, but also being patient. And I didn't really fully appreciate those. So even after a week of following my program or plan, if I didn't see a result, in my head it wasn't working, and I would just give up, and a few months later would be going back to either the same plan or a different plan, having put on all the weight that I'd lost and more. And I did that until I learnt about this tip, which is about commitment. It is so important when you've chosen your plan to actually be committed to it. And yes, there will be days, yes, there will be weeks where it doesn't go your way, but commit. And I often think about it now as a relationship. And just like a relationship with a loved one, I may have disagreements, I may have an argument, we might fall out about something, but that's not the end of the relationship. I will work to correct it and to get back on good terms and let that relationship continue to grow and blossom. And that's how I now treat my weight loss program. I see my weight loss program and myself as being in a committed relationship. And there will be bad days and there will be bad weeks, but I'm committed to my relationship with my weight loss program, with myself, with my health, and I want that to produce lots of good things. So that's how I see my weight loss program now. And until I learnt about commitment and I was prepared to commit, I would have fallen off the wagon and given up, and I would never have lost as much weight as I have, because it's happened in the past. It's happened in the past. I've just not committed and I've put all the weight back on. So guys, I hope you found those tips of value. If you found this video of value, then please feel free to give me the thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the bell, and leave a comment below in the description box. Okay guys, have a fabulous week and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, yeah.